Welcome back, everyone. This is Speedrun Ragnarok raising money for Take This. Their mission is to decrease the stigma and increase the support for mental health in the game enthusiast community inside the game industry. Joining us now is Alice Rujasu with Cassette Beasts.
All right, thank you. This is Cassette Beasts. This is an indie game that came out a year ago from Bitten Studios, makers of Lena's Inception. This is a sort of Pokemon-like RPG with open world and cool platforming movement and stuff. You'll see more of it, and I'll explain as we're going along. But this is any percent seeded. By the way, I am using a photosensitivity mod for this run, so you don't have to worry about flashing lights or any other effects that should affect photosensitivity, and that's not going to disrupt the run for the most part. So we're going to get into it here. I'm going to create a new custom game. So this game has kind of a built-in randomizer, as you can see here, and we can plug in a predetermined seed, and that seed is going to determine RNG for like items in the game and abilities and things like that that we'll use to go through the game pretty quickly. So we're going to pull up the character selection here, and we're going to start the timer like when I do character selection here. So we'll go in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, quickly, I want to mention that we still have that incentive open for Cast Wear Cat Ears. It's currently at $55, but if we get that finished, we can have Cass run back and quickly put back on. You can type in donate right here to donate, or look at the other incentives as well right here.
Yeah, so Cass is a character who is completely customizable and randomizable in terms of his or their or her appearance. Cass can be whatever gender you want them to be. In this case, we randomly got a he/him Cass. But, you know, the game kind of gives you an editor to make Cass look like whatever you want them to. So if you want if you want to name Cass after yourself and make it look like yourself, you can do that. And one of the options is to have Cass wear like a cat ear headband. So if you want to see what that looks like, donate a few bucks. You have until like maybe the midpoint of this run to get that met. So if it does, then MK Cyborg will just kind of let me know, and I'll come back to this area right here. Because you see here there's a dresser where we can just kind of change clothes and change other aspects of our appearance whenever we need to. So yeah, we just kind of wash up on the shore in this world, and it's this mysterious world that we just kind of randomly ended up in. We kind of have to learn our way around here, and kind of the gimmick, I guess, is that there are a bunch of monsters, and you get to transform into those monsters by recording them on cassette. So it's a kind of a retro aesthetic, like a lot of like 80s and 90s references in this game.
Yeah, I can definitely tell it's retro with the cassette talk.
Yeah. Just a lot of references like that. If you actually read the dialogue in this game, there's a ton of like song references. Like, it almost at times it almost feels like if you've ever watched Who's Line when they play the game, where all of their lines have to be song titles. It almost feels
Oh.
like that sometimes with just
Ah.
all the song references that they're dropping. I'm gonna go here
Mm.
and pick up some healing items just for safety. But yeah, there's lots of overworld encounters, and you know, like I said, it's kind of an open world where we can go wherever we want. We have a specific route that allows us to beat the main storyline of the game in about a half an hour, a little more than that. So we're kind of going through some tutorial battles here. So this is a tutorial on recording monsters on cassette, and you're supposed to have a 100% chance to catch this Dominoth. It's not going to be 100% because the photosensitivity mod actually messes that up a little bit, but we got it anyway, so
That's good.
no big deal. And yeah, then we just kind of finish out this fight. This Dominoth, we're not going to use this Dominoth a whole lot, but it is going to give us an important ability that you're going to see pretty soon.
Right.
So, I'm also going to call attention to Kaylee's starting monster is Sirenade, the one with the microphone, and I missed an unequip there, but it's not a huge thing. But Sirenade is important because with the seed we have, this Sirenade actually has a special ability where it usually attacks twice if you use its, like, basic attack. And we're gonna exploit that and use it to trivialize most of the boss battles in this game.
Okay.
So we're gonna have a train station pop out of the ground here. That's just the sort of thing that happens in this game.
Yeah.
What?
Lots of train stations in this game, which I really like. Can we get a train's rights in chat?
Also, I see David's making the same joke I was thinking about how Sirenade sounds like a drink. Do the kids run Sirenade stands these days?
Yeah, all of the monsters have like punny names or like I think portmanteaus type of deals. So like Siren and Serenade, so it's Sirenade. Things like that, like Dominoth and Candevil is like Candle Devil. It's a lot of stuff like that.
No. Oh no.
So just like a lot of silly, fun stuff in this game. So here's our first kind of boss battle, Morgante. So this is the first Archangel fight. You might recognize Archangels if you've played Glenna's Inception. But I'm actually going to attempt to flee here, even though I have a 0% chance of fleeing. Basically, I do that because there's no defend ability in this game, so you just try to run away and fail if you don't want to do anything on a given turn. And it's just a little faster here. Morgante has 19 HP, and our attacks right now are only dealing 1 damage, so we just want to get 4 attacks in, get her down to 15 HP, and now we're doing a fusion, which is an important mechanic in this game that we don't use much, but now our attacks are going to deal 5 damage. So we're going to use that spit we talked about earlier, where it attacks twice, so that's going to deal 10 damage, and then our next attack is going to deal 5 damage, and that's going to allow us to basically skip around. So, long story short, that fight is supposed to take, like, a round longer. Like, it's supposed to be scripted to take a little bit longer than it took there, and we just kind of optimized that to speed it up a little bit.
Okay.
So do you have any questions about this game right now? Or are you seeing any questions in chat or anything?
I'm not seeing any. I don't have any questions right now so far.
Cool, cool.
Sorry. Yeah.
So we're just...
You and I.
There's a lot of like text here. One thing that's nice in this game is you do not have to mash through text boxes. You just hold down one button and it just speeds through them. That's a very nice feature that the game dev added. I need to actually go back into that cafe. I forgot to do something. But that's okay. So we're going to meet Eugene here. Sadly, Eugene is another party member we can have instead of Kaylee, but we're not going to get Eugene. Eugene's quest kind of takes too long. I have to do some menuing here. It's one tricky thing with this run. There's a lot of menuing, and I need to put that Zephyr on Sirenade. I need to recycle this, and
Bonjour, I am Clémence.
I'm going to buy this. This is kind of a new wrinkle that was added to the route recently, where we buy that pear fusilli, and that's going to let us do a fusion later on, because we don't use fusions much in this run, but there's like one spot where we found where it's better to just use the fusion.
Oh yeah.
So there's a cutscene here. This is a skippable cutscene, but it's tough to skip. It's not a very consistent skip. It's a little difficult to know kind of where the trigger point for this cutscene is, so I usually just don't skip it. It's not that long. Besides, Ianthe is kind of cool.
Okay.
I don't want to give too much spoilers about Ianthe, but if you play the game and play like all the side content, you get to know her a little bit.
Oh yeah.
She's a cool character. You should play this game casually so you get to see all of the cool side content that I'm not showing off in this run. So we're going to kind of go into her house here and then just go right back out. And we're only even going in her house for fast travel purposes.
Okay.
The chests that I'm getting are mainly for some things we'll need for battles, for like abilities. There's a specific set of abilities that we want that we can exploit to, like I said, kind of trivialize the boss battles.
I'm Felix.
So here's Felix. Felix is a super important character. Felix is kind of like this cool artsy guy. He has a real cool quest that we're not going to do. It's a really funny quest that I like a lot. You should play this game casually because there's lots of side content that I'm not showing off.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we're going to go over here and we're going to fight a Bulletino. Awesome, this is exactly the formation that I wanted to get. So I'm going to record this Bulletino, and we're going to use Zephyr to, like, sort of guarantee that recording. So this will be like a 100% chance to record, and we'll get it first try, and it'll be great. Yeah, it actually tells you what your percent chance is. You can see that it's 100. So, Bulletino is important because Bulletino has an ability that allows us to go fast. I should not have to explain to you why we like that.
Absolutely.
Alright, we were going fast. Loading screen. So this route changed a little bit recently. If you saw me run this at the last Speedrun Ragnarok, I was doing a different route. We're going to do a little Bulletino jump here. And we're going to go this way instead of the way that we went before. And we're going to get a magnet. Now, we don't get the magnetism ability that we used to use. There's actually a way you can use that You can use a magnet like this to fly all across the world, but we need to record a Boltam to do that, and it takes too long, and it's not super consistent, so we don't do that anymore. So instead, we're going to take this magnet over here, and we're going to use it to activate this switch. And it's going to open up another train station. We're going to go in the train station. We're not going to do the train station stuff yet. We're just going to go over here, and we're going to unlock fast travel. Fast travel is important for obvious reasons, but you need to talk to that, like, magic crab there in order to get fast travel. Right. I need to go here. Hit that switch. And then I come back up here, and here I'm going to get Quick Smack, which is going to be an important ability just a little bit later.
Nice.
Alright, so I need to make sure I go kind of the right way here, so that I don't accidentally, like, trigger a battle or something, and I go in the right place. I am going to need to do some menuing here. So I'm going to do that right now. Is my Can Devil to have random starter. It's hard to explain, actually, like, what I'm doing with the menuing here, because I'm just sort of lining things up so that they'll happen at the beginning of the fight.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna recycle this so I can buy something later. Right, so the way I set things up, it's going to use a starter ability that's going to raise our attack a little bit, and then I'm going to fuse, and I'm just going to spam Sonic Boom here. I'm going to use it every turn. This fight used to be, like, super dangerous. They kind of buffed this gelatin in one of the recent patches, and it became a very difficult fight, and that's why we use this fusion here, because the way we were doing it before, it was very inconsistent, and bad things happen sometimes. It's a lot better now. Also, this is great music. Like Chimera's my favorite song in the game. I love the soundtrack to Cassette Beasts. It's so good. You should buy the game. You should buy the soundtrack. Can you tell that I like this game?
I can.
So we're going to switch monsters here for just a bit, because we're going to get a pumpkin. So it's, you know, festive, right time of the year for that. I do not like this formation. I do not want to see this formation. This is not good. So I'm going to try to wall up this and record with a tree bark tape. Please don't put up a wall. Please don't put up a wall. That Nevermort can put up an air wall, and yeah, I don't want to see that because that's going to block the attack that I'm going to do here. And so instead of a 100% chance, I had a 47% chance there. And yeah, I'm just going to try and run away. Let's try to do this again. I'm going to have to do it now with a basic tape, which kind of sucks. But let's see what happens. There are some backup strats for this, but none of it's really good. I may have to actually go into town and find another tape, which we hate having to do that. Yeah, 25. Yo, I got the 25% chance.
Oh, nice.
Let's go.
Awesome. There we go.
All according to Keikaku there.
Yep, totally planned.
Alright, so... Yeah, I need... Felix, that's who I need. Yeah, I've been doing this route for a while, but it's still a little new to me.
Okay.
But we're gonna go up here, we're gonna buy glass camouflage, which is going to be super important ability for the entire rest of the game. And we're also going to get Felix, who is a super important character for most of the rest of the game, and has a super important starting monster called Brushroom. Brushroom kind of breaks things. So we're going to put glass camouflage on Brushroom, and we're going to put a starter ability on Brushroom, and that's going to allow us to turn every boss enemy into glass and break them, basically.
Oh, okay.
So
just shatter them.
Yep. Yeah, that's like exactly. We're gonna shatter them. So I'm going the right way, right? Yes, we're going to Papatox. Papatox, by the way, I consider to be the creepiest boss enemy in the game.
Ooh.
What? Okay, so the just had a little bit of a loading issue there. That does not typically happen, but I have seen that before, where just like part of the game doesn't load right away.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna go into this train station, and there's supposed to be like a whole dungeon that we go through, and we're just not going to because we have this ability that we got from Jumpkin that we can use to just clip out of bounds here and like skip the whole thing. So that's
cool.
fun. Yeah, I have the right stuff here, I think. If I don't, we'll just run away and do this fight over again, but I'm pretty sure I did all my menuing right.
What?
Yeah, the menuing in this route is... It's not, like, super, super hard, but it's none of it's very intuitive, so you just kind of have to do it exactly right, and I'm always like, did I screw something up? But no, we got this right. So we turn Papatox to glass with our starting ability. We use Spit, and we'll just flee with the Brushroom there, because the Brushroom can't really do anything. So when an enemy is glass and we use air abilities on it, it gets resonance. If you get 3 stacks of resonance, it kills it. It's just like an instant one-shot kill. So we use... Yeah, so we use Spit, and then we use Quick Smack. Quick Smack is just an attack that always goes first, and boss down just like that.
Nice. I really do gotta say, I love the art shift with the Archangel bosses.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like just like a different art style from the rest of the stuff in the game.
Yeah, yeah. There's supposed to be like a lot of glitch effects and stuff that appear on the screen, and it's really creepy and stuff. I have a lot of that stuff disabled for photosensitivity reasons, but if you play the game casually, it's pretty cool. But you know, when I play this for an audience, I try to turn all that stuff off.
Oh yeah.
So let's see. I need to peel this off. The abilities in the game are stickers, so when you remove them, you peel them. They're just like stickers that you put on the cassette tapes. That's the
yeah.
the way it works. So I'm gonna have to put things down to 30 FPS for the rest of the game, I would apologize, but we're already just like streaming in 30 FPS, so you're not going to see a difference. I need to be at 30 for this trick, so I'm going to activate a cutscene here, and in doing that, it's going to override the cutscene that usually plays when I go into this elevator. So instead of the elevator... That's the cutscene that usually plays, that I was trying to skip, that half the time this skip doesn't work, and I have to do it over again. But we'll just keep doing it until we get it right. I thought I got it first try there, but... Alright, so we'll try this again. Open the menu. Yeah, sometimes it takes me a few tries. It's just a really difficult trick, like... I don't know if it's frame perfect, but it's very, difficult timing. I need to get, like, over the threshold of that door. I don't think I quite got in there. So I think I'm gonna have to redo this. Nah, I didn't quite get it. But even with, you know, doing this over and over again, it's still a lot faster than actually going in and doing this dungeon. Okay. So you see I'm through the door now, and now I can... It's being rude today. But like I said, even this is faster than actually doing this dungeon.
Okay.
Because this, you know, this skips an entire dungeon. So it's being rude right now, and that's just something that happens.
Yeah. It happens.
Okay. I got that part of it. Let's see if I can do the flying ball across the wall here. Why does it... Alright. Come on. Alright, we got it. Very scuffed, but we got it. So, I guess you can consider this kind of the mirror match, because I'm going up against a boss here named Alice. And I don't like her because she spells her name wrong. But this whole dungeon is supposed to be like an Alice in Wonderland themed dungeon, and then at the end you face Alice, who's an archangel. Yeah. So we just completely skipped the dungeon, and we basically skipped the fight too. We just kind of spit on her and use quick smack and shatter her like glass.
Nice.
So yeah, the fight's not that interesting, so if you want to read something, go ahead.
Okay, let me see. We currently don't have any new donations so far, but again, the Cat Ears incentive is still up for anyone who wants to donate to it. We've also got upgrades to 80% hard mode and Tiny Toons Adventures 2, Montana's Movie Madness, a Link Sprite Bid War for Link's Awakening DX, and we still have the incentive open for Marin's Day in Link's Awakening DX.
Yeah, we just a few more minutes for the cat ears if you want to see that. We did already meet the incentive for Barkley the dog, so you'll be seeing that somewhat soon.
Nice.
So I get to do more fun menuing here. So I peel off this sticker and put it on Sirenade. So we're gonna go right back to the same train station, and we're just doing that for fast travel purposes to get to this part of the map. We're going to go up to the highest point in the game. So this is Mount Whirl. We're going to be going up. Also, say hi to Barkley. We're not getting Barkley yet, but Barkley is a good boy. Barkley is a very good boy, and we're going to be getting Barkley pretty soon.
Hello, Barkley.
But first, we're going to go up to the top of this tree here. And we're just going to vine ball right on up this mountain here. This vine ball is just such a, like, game-breaking ability. There's lots of just sort of game-breaking stuff in this game, and it's kind of on purpose. Like, the devs for this game, they like glitches, they like speedruns. They were very happy to see this game, like, when it was on GDQ and all that stuff. So, like, if there's a fun glitch in the game, they just leave it in. They don't patch it out.
Yeah, always cool to see devs that cool like that.
Yep. So we're gonna go up here, and we're gonna fight another Archangel called Babolith. This fight's gonna be even faster than the last fight was.
Oh, wow.
So we're gonna see how quick this fight is right here. Got more trains. Love to see trains. But, you know, kind of a Tower of Babel theme going on here.
Oh, yeah.
This boss tells bad jokes. Unfortunately, we don't get to see any of them because this fight is so quick. But usual random starter paint swipe, and then we're also going to have a custom starter of Spit, which is going to do the Spit attack before we even actually start the fight. So we just do quick smack, and that's it. Turn 1 kill.
Nice.
So unequip that. Just mash through that. Hold the button through this. So we're going to do another kind of interesting skip coming up here. So if you've played the game casually, you know that Kaylee has her own sort of side quest over here in a place called Morningtown. We're going to do her quest, but we're not going to bring her along, and it's going to go a lot faster if she's not there, because we don't have to, like, we don't have to level her up, for one thing, but also we don't have as much dialogue. So normally this guide doesn't let you in if you don't have Kaylee and you haven't done certain requirements. But that's a cutscene, so it's time for cutscene skip again.
Yep.
And there's actually, I can actually do another cutscene skip up ahead here, but I don't do it because it's not consistent, and I haven't practiced it that much. So we're just gonna sit through this cutscene. It's a cool cutscene with some fun voice acting. Felix is going to be playing the part of Kaylee here for a bit. Don't worry about it.
The serpent god awaits us, baby!
The serpent god awaits us, baby!
Oh no.
Kaylee, hon.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Jacqueline?
Yes.
Kaylee is totally here. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
Also, this guy is Dorian. He's a cult leader. He's totally going to be fine. Don't worry about him at all.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Totally.
He's definitely not gonna, like, get his comeuppance in, like, about 10 seconds. So this is, I guess, the serpent god that is awaiting us.
Oh!
Don't worry, he's fine.
Yeah, he's totally fine.
This is going to be another really quick fight. So we're gonna have this little fight here, and then we're gonna do a little glitch, and then we're gonna have a big long cutscene. Not that long, but a little bit of a cutscene where you can read some stuff off, and I think we're gonna cut off the cat ears incentive there. So if it doesn't get met in the next like minute or so, we can go ahead and cut that off.
Okay. Speaking of things coming up, we have a donation of $106.76 from
sorry.
Professor NES.
Yo!
76 going to upgrade to any hard mode. And for the Professor NES special, let me see where that is. Oh, right, the Final Fantasy XIV PX Boss Rush.
Hey.
Yeah, $100 going to that. So for every $25 to get donated to a fight Bismarck EX, so that's going to be 4 times. And they're saying, OMG, you did an XD, they said. Yeah, real excited about that one, it sounds like. And where's the upgrade hard mode one for double checking? Oh, right, Tiny Toons. That actually fills out that incentive. Awesome.
Nice.
Yep.
So
And
yeah,
also
we're gonna
thanks-
go ahead.
And also thanks to the cheer from Ridiculous Ties, $500. Cassette Beats Propaganda.
Yeah,
Mm.
definitely
Hey, sugar.
follow Cassette Beasts Propaganda on Blue Sky. Definitely not a propaganda account.
You're mighty lucky.
Yeah, totally not.
Yeah. So we're getting a little bit of exposition about stuff that doesn't really matter all that much. This is kind of telling you the story about like the villain and his whole arc, and there's this thing called the Amber Lodge, and it's kind of important if you're playing the game and following the story and stuff, I guess. But
Yeah,
for this run,
we don't
it's
care
it's
about
not it's not particularly important.
Take.
And that's that. And I'm gonna do a little bit more menuing here, and then we're gonna kind of come down the home stretch.
Cool.
Okay. So
When Professor NES provided some context. This is from a prior event where they made the mistake of having an ongoing incentive to redo the previous trial and caught the streamer on Bismarck. Alright, and had fun, and the players did not. Yeah, we're already on the home stretch apparently.
okay. So we can go ahead and cut off the incentive.
Okay, I'll close that one off then.
So we're gonna say goodbye to Felix here. And normally we would pick up Kaylee here.
Okay.
Normally we would buy a couple cups of coffee, because coffee is the most powerful thing in this game. And we'd get Kaylee. But since you donated to the incentive, we're not going to get Kaylee, we're going to get Barkley. So Barkley's over here, as we saw earlier. And so Barkley is going to replace Felix as our companion for the last stretch of the game.
Awesome.
But first we're going to do a little quest for Barkley here. So Barkley wants to go up the mountain. And Barkley doesn't really need our help going up the mountain. Barkley just kind of wants somebody to go with, and there's a
balloon he has when he flies.
yeah, I love that. There's a little bit of a sad story here. So we're gonna fight this monster here, and we're gonna fight it basically the usual way. There is kind of a scripted fusion here. So the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna switch over to Brushroom here. Brushroom's gonna do its starting abilities, and then Sirenade is going to spit. Then we're going to fuse, then we're going to attack, and that's how we're going to get our resonance stacks. See here we're getting the first two. We don't want to get through right away because the game would kind of override the kill with this scripting that happens here. So we just do it this way instead.
Okay.
This isn't part of like the official run. This is just for the incentive. But yeah, a little bit of a sad story here. Barclay's previous owner didn't make it, so we kind of come in here to give Barclay some closure.
Aw.
But now Barclay's going to be our bestest friend, and we're going to take Barclay to the final dungeon.
Yep, we're gonna help him fight God or whoever we're killing in this game.
Yeah, if you saw the kind of triangle guy
Oh,
earlier,
yeah, that guy.
That's who we're fighting. You know, he might become God at some point. You know, one of his phases, because you know that might be a thing that happens in an RPG. You never know.
Okay.
So I have to be real
so-
careful during this part to not like trigger bad things. Okay.
In that case, these Triangle Man from that one, they might be Giant's song.
I'm sure it's a reference to that because that's how this game is.
Oh man, yeah, it could be, yeah.
His name is Aleph or Aleph. I don't know. I forget how it's pronounced. But when he introduces himself, he says, "You can call me Al." Like I said, it's just all 80s references. So I have a little bit of a tricky skip to do here, but I got it first try actually. So yeah, we're taking Barclay to the final battle. Kaylee is coming along too. So usually how this works is there's kind of a giant team up with like all of your party members. So Felix shows up, Meredith shows up, just the whole gang. But we didn't recruit all those people, and we didn't do enough with Felix for him to come, so you don't really get the whole big team up here. You just kind of get a mini team up.
Oh, yeah.
Aleph does his whole big villain speech, and I didn't do this right. Bear with me for just a second.
Hey.
Let's see. Gonna quit and reload.
Okay.
Because I need to switch this over. But I needed to switch that over after the fight there, so sometimes I forget to do that. I don't, this is just a marathon incentive, so I don't do this route all the time.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay, take two.
Alright.
If you want to read something off real quick while this happens, go ahead.
Okay. This is Speedrun Ragnarok, helping raise money for Take This. Take This is a mental health nonprofit, and our main mission is to inform the gaming community about mental health issues. provide education on different disorders and prevention techniques, and reduced overall stigma around mental illness. You can learn more about them here, or you can see some of the resources they provide here.
Alright.
Anyway, here we are.
Yeah, so now we're gonna do this fight properly. So it's gonna be more or less the usual thing. So we're gonna do spit. So Aleph has an ability where he changes his element type, but because of the random seeding, we're actually on a seed where he's gonna randomly change it to glass.
Oh.
So if it was like anything else, this fight would be a lot more complicated, but it's not, so pretty easy. And, you know, there we go, final boss down. Definitely not another phase coming up. Nothing like that happens in RPGs, right?
Yeah.
So, and of course, the final battle takes place on a train, because this game is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So, all those archangels that we fought earlier, Aleph is gonna kind of Voltron with them and become Aleph Null.
Right.
And we're gonna get a big team up with one other person. So, Kaylee's not going to be very useful in this fight as a Bulletino there. We can't control her or anything. So she's just gonna kind of be there for moral support.
Mike is asking if the big purpose of the seeding was to manipulate the barrier change in the last boss.
The seeding does a lot of stuff for us. The seeding is important for just finding where this final dungeon is, because it can be anywhere on the map. And if you do the random run, it's actually very challenging to find where the final dungeon even is. So that's one of the reasons that the seeded run is the more popular one. So we did the usual thing, but Aleph Null has his special ability that just breaks our cassette player. And without our cassette player, we're powerless. Or are we?
You wake up.
Alright, here we go.
Right.
Final showdown. Everybody fuses with Morgante. And we're going to do the most powerful thing you can do in this video game. We're going to drink coffee. So Aleph Null's going to do a bunch of powerful stuff that we're not really going to worry about too much. We're going to drink more coffee. And we're going to see what happens when you drink coffee in this game. Drink coffee in this game, you get to do the coffee attack. Eventually.
Yeah, just got a lot of attacks to go through first. There we go.
So yeah, that does a fair bit of damage, and
Fair.
takes out the final boss.
Yeah, fair. Like 6 digits is fair.
Farewell.
And this is a game where, you know, everybody has like 100 HP.
Yeah.
So at the end, you get Kaylee gives us a new cassette player, and from here, you can keep playing the game.
Brilliant.
Like, there's a lot of post-game stuff you can do. You can go around, collect all the monsters, and do all the things. There's just hours of content that you can still do. Time.
Oh yeah, and we have a Dev in chat. GG.
What?
Had J Bliss Dev just pop in to congratulate on your run. Always enjoy watching playthroughs of our game.
Oh, heck yeah.
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 The
Come on in.
future has
Accept
always
these
been
Dev.
ours for the taking.
Yeah, thanks for the awesome run. Anything else you want to plug
Oh,
before we
you're
finish
ready?
up?
Well, I mean, first of all, shout out to the devs of this game. They made an amazing game, probably my favorite game of the last few years. Just love this game. Um, I guess I'm not going to plug my my own Twitch so much. I do stream there occasionally, but if you want to see me run this again, I will be running it next week at Preventathon. So be sure to check out Preventathon next week, and be sure to check out the rest of this marathon because Speedrun Ragnarok is awesome. I love doing Speedrun Ragnarok every year. I've been, following the Valkyries basically since they started, and always enjoyed watching their marathons and now being a part of their marathons. It's really awesome. I'm really happy that I could have this opportunity. And shout outs to the whole Cassette Beasts speedrunning community. A lot of people from all around the world speedrun this game and are very enthusiastic about this game. And, it's really cool. There's going to be new DLC coming out for it really soon. It's got maybe like one of my top 3 video game soundtracks ever. Really love this game. What more can I say?
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for the awesome run. We'll hope to see you again soon. Alright, folks, that was a really great run of Cassette Beasts by Alice Rujasu. Next up, we're going to be having David TKI with Blaster Master US Warp Bliss for the NES. But that's going to be it for my run. Next up, Code Indigo is going to take the reins of hosting. Folks, hope you have a great rest of your day, and hope you have fun. Take care, everyone.